Good evening, everyone. Hi, Kasia. Hi, guys. Nice to see you after a little break. I had needed some time to recover from all the work that I've done for myself over the last few months. I just thought that I'm going to live through Christmas without videos, without doing a lot of stuff when it comes to self growth. Because I just needed a little break from that, just by enjoying myself, being in my paradigm that I'm just there, just just where I am. Okay, but I hope that you had lovely Christmas, and hopefully it was nice and peaceful, with a lot of lovely people who actually like you, and then you feel accepted by, and you accept the way they are, because this is what my Christmas was like. And I've already recorded a video in Polish today, so I thought I'm not going to leave English left out, because it is like Christmas time, Christmas, like sort of uh, pre-Christmas time and post-Christmas time is just emotional. And I think it happened to be one of them, full moon time times that affect me immensely. I just got a little bit of a blank mind there, blank mind moment. Um, just what affects me from the energy from the moon, I think affects me because it just seems like I am always experiencing some kind of emotional time. So I don't know if that was to do with Christmas, and the build up was although in my case it wasn't really rushing, it wasn't really like really tense or anything, but I did feel a bit of attention came off me after we've completed the Christmas time. So it's only 28th today, so we're still into a New Year's in a couple of years. So Happy New Year for everybody. Just wanted to say a few things about working on what I was working on just before Christmas was the fact that I just really struggle to be myself. And I think that it was one of the reasons why I was so depressed, because I could never show my real face anywhere. Okay, I could never say, I didn't allow myself, because no one would. No one would sort of like mind me saying things and doing things and thinking things and feeling things that I wanted to feel, and I wanted to say, and I wanted to do and to think. But somehow in my head, by it could have been caused by different various relationships I've been in, that they just sort of blocked me. I blocked myself from feeling myself, from being myself, from expressing myself fully. And I don't think that I've ever extended that in the past. When I was younger, I never thought I fully lived as myself. Even if I did, I wasn't actually aware of who I really am, because I was living by the beliefs, and then obviously the emotions and thoughts, beliefs that were put on me by somebody else. So things that I had never decided that I want to feel, that I want to think, that I want to believe in, were controlling my life. So it's great. Okay, it's a great opportunity. I mean, the opportunity I got, the awareness that I got, the consciousness that I have at the moment of how to become fully myself, and how to become my version that I want to be, and how do I decide that, and how do I discover how to decide who I really want to be, and what kind of person I want to become in the future, and who I want to be now, and what this person is going to be doing, what this person's job's going to be, what this person's behavior is going to be, what this person's thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and feelings are going to be. I can decide it all by simply working on myself every day, more and more and more. And it's just great, because you dig in deeper in your soul and you find your answers. And what I was doing wrong was, like, sort of, I was never digging deeper inside my soul. I was always seeking um, the answer out there. Okay, and the answer is not out there for anybody. Okay, it's just like, when you want to know how to lose weight. I realized that. And I want to know how to lose weight and what is the right way to eat. It's never ever going to help you when you just go on a website or somebody else's blog. You have to do it yourself. You have to ask yourself, what do you think you need, Kasia? What do you think you need, Jane, or whoever? So I think I need to exercise more, because it's just based on my belief that I think that in order to me to get in shape, I need to do exercises. Okay. And perhaps it's not going to be a belief for somebody else who thinks that they're all right to eat anything they want and they're still thin, because that's their belief. And this is where their reality is going to be created based on that belief. Uh, Health wise, it might be something different, but I'm gonna leave that because that's too complicated. I just basically what I'm trying to say is to become myself. I needed to decide who I want to be, but in order to do that, I have to find out a lot of things about myself, which I overlooked because all I was doing was just like putting the attention out there, putting the attention out on other people's thoughts, other people's doings, other people's feelings, always being involved in people's behavioral sort of situations, and anything that was connected with somebody else. I was there. Okay, I was there witnessing it, trying to be part of it, and never ever focused on what is going on inside of me, and what is inside of me that needs to be released, and what is the space I want to make, and what is this space I want to make for. Okay, so it's brilliant, and I just I cannot ever praise more um that possibility of us as humans to become better version of ourselves. And in order and how to do this is just what I am discovering in my this is my journey. This is my journey that I'm really excited about, because this is exactly what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to be part of. This is what I'm immensely interested in. I'm always about this. I can't shut up about it. If I could just take I don't know, scream out of window is exactly what I want to do. Just become a better version, self-growth, self-awareness, everything that is going in, it's obviously connected with energy, but all the energies and the way I handle them, the way I am with it, and the way I want to have the energies I want to have around, it's all connected. And I'm really pleased that this is what I started doing. So I think, okay, Kasia, enough praising. Okay. Stick to the point, because I could be just talking for 40 minutes how much I like it. Okay, because I do like it. I do believe in fairies. But anyway, what I wanted to say about feeling myself is I actually now notice that I feel more relaxed when I'm recording an English video. And I think that I'm more myself because I am a little bit of a different version when I'm speaking English. I allow myself more because I connected in my mind that English people, they more relaxed and they more tolerant and they're accepting more behaviors than than the Poles, for example, my country fellows, which might not necessarily be true, but this is how I felt personally when I came here to England and I like sort of compared two countries. However, I just don't know if I'm right, because it is only a small environment of people that I lived around in Poland, and the same here. So from my comparison, it's just like, it seemed like it is more relaxed, and perhaps this is why I feel more relaxed, but never mind. Okay. Again, digression redirected from the topic. Feeling myself, being fully myself is the only thing that can lead me to what I've discovered is that this is the only thing that can lead me to live in the life I want. And I know that sometimes I sound like a lunatic who just woke up and go like, oh my god, the sky is blue, right? I mean, have you seen this, guys? Look at this, it's blue. Have you ever seen this? It's such a beautiful thing. This is how I feel. I discover things that are completely there are not unknown, yet to me they are the discovery of my lifetime. Okay, so but being myself I can see other people, they seem more relaxed with themselves and with what they're expressing themselves. I don't know how they feeling. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know how their body is reacting to the energy around them. But what I can say from my own experience is the only person that wasn't benefiting from me not being myself was myself. Because I couldn't fully express myself with anything I wanted to do. I wasn't allowing myself to do things and to think things and to feel things that I wanted to feel and think, and because I had wrong beliefs. Okay. And I know I spoke about the beliefs before, but I'm not going to. I suppose I'm going to say more because I discovered that every time I discover a better layer, different layer, deeper layer, it's also the same thing, but it goes deeper, and there are more and more layers to rip off, just to discover. And it's like you unpacking yourself. It's like I feel like I'm unpacking myself. I'm unpacking myself every day from something that I didn't realize about myself. When I try and discover myself, when I try and observe my thoughts, when I try and observe my behaviors and my reactions to possibilities, to reality, I unpack it, uh, and then I can sort of figure myself out a little bit better. And by figuring out myself a little bit better, I can then just put the same feeling onto other people, because if I understand myself, and I think, well, this is how I react in certain situations, is just because this and this and this and this happened in my past, for example. So therefore I'm just a little bit negative about it, or just feel uneasy, very uneasy. Then I can see why other people just possibly in a different situation going to react in a similar way, because we are all similar to each other. Okay, it's just like our cells are always responding to environment, and if it's nice and positive and has, I mean, now recently I stopped using the positive and negative in my thoughts, because it seems like everything is neutral. At the point where I am, everything seems neutral, but there are moments where I am still back down, where things are negative and positive, and they just are painful and everything. I think it's all connected, and it's okay to be at few layers or few stages at the same time, energetically. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but um, I love the fact that discovering things about yourself is going to bring you closer to yourself and let you feel that it's okay to be you, and it's enough to be you the way you are. And whatever you do in at the moment is already you being yourself, and your outcome that you is desired is going to be fulfilled just by being yourself, so you can relax. Okay, and this is how I am operating at the moment. So it's a very good way that I've taken on, because I can see it's working already. But in order to do that, I just did something that was I wanted to share today. It's really cool, and I didn't know that it works so well. Okay, I haven't been using this tool for years and years and years. The last time I did it was when I was a teenager. I spoke about it before. I used journal for the last few months in order to, but in a really conscious way. Okay, so I did the exercises that were. I used it as a tool because I asked myself a question, and every time you ask yourself a question, you get an answer. You just get an answer that is good for you. Okay, so if you ask someone else a question, you're gonna get an answer which is good for them. If you ask yourself a question, you're eventually going to get an answer that is good for you only. Okay, and this is what I've been trying to do. And in order to feel more myself, I want to do things that myself is going to lead me to. Okay, so journaling is definitely one of the tools, like the coolest tools that you can use in order to do this. Okay, to answer the question, even if it's something stupid, right? What should I have for breakfast this morning? Okay, and if you get that it's supposed to be a pineapple juice, and you say yes to that, then you feel great. okay? Because you've done something that is going, you've agreed with your soul that this is what you're going to do, and you did it, okay? And I notice the relief every time I ask myself a question about certain things. Obviously, there are a little bit deeper questions that I'm asking myself when I'm writing a journal, because they are difficult to answer. Okay, they're difficult to find the answer. Sometimes it doesn't. You don't get an answer straight away. It takes some time to get an answer, but it's good to. It's a good tool to understand yourself. It's a good tool to understand why you're doing certain things, why you're behaving in a certain way, why you have certain thoughts that are repeating themselves all the time that you don't even like. Okay, it's important to actually keep a distance from, and not attaching yourself too much to things that are happening in your life when you do the journal as well. Because when you are writing about something that you have done, for example, it just brings you a completely different perspective. It doesn't feel like you already are putting on the paper all those things that you were thinking about and feeling whilst you were there. So you're basically downloading everything from you on that. It's just like as if you had a pen drive, or like, memory stick, or whatever you call it, and downloaded everything from the computer onto it. Okay, it just takes, you take it out from that USB plug. Okay, and it's on it. Okay, you've got it, you have access to it, you can just use it anytime you want, if you want. But you can do whatever you want with it. You can destroy it, you can throw it away, you can give it to someone else. But what it is like your computer data space is now bigger, so you have more space to fill it in with. And what you want to fill it in with is entirely up to you, whether it's going to be something positive, positive, something that is going to be fulfilling you, something's going to feel expansive. Obviously, this is what I find it obvious that this is what you're going to do if you want to feel expansive. Because if you're into self-growth, all you want is expand yourself in a nice way, so that it just feels like you're making progress and everything is aligned with you. And when you're making space in yourself for extra things, for good things that are going to come, this is how you are making yourself feel more of yourself, because you're allowing yourself to think the way you want to think, even if it's something that you feel, even in your head, that is inappropriate because someone else in the past said that, oh, you mustn't do it, you shouldn't do it, blah, blah, blah. When you do the journaling, everything that you do or say or think or feel is just, it's on paper. Okay, you've downloaded it from your soul, and it's great because it feels relieved. You feel relieved, you have more space inside, you keep your distance from it, you don't attach yourself to it, you don't identify yourself with your doings, with your feelings, and with your thoughts, excuse me, because they're already there on the paper. You can just, on that pen drive, and now you have more space for other things inside of you, and it's great. So I have also used journaling. I've only used it for 3 months, to be honest with you. So I didn't know it works so well, and perhaps a lot of people does it. I mean, perhaps everybody's doing it, but no one's ever shared it with me. So just in case you don't do it, but you don't know how to get rid of those things that are in you, that are bugging you for a very long time, and you can't say goodbye to past, you can't seem to move on, then this is a very good tool, and this is why I am sharing it. Okay, because everything that I had so far, everything that happened so far to me, something flashing. Oh yeah, Christmas lights from the neighbors. Um, Everything that happened to me in the past, for example, has got, and probably has got an immense impact on everybody else as well. Okay, in one way or another. Okay, and people are dealing with it in different ways, and this is only one of the ways that I am dealing with it, because I never could find a person who would understand me well enough, and let's say, with me fighting a little bit, well, it was a massive struggle. It wasn't a little bit, because I like to make things smaller, smaller than they really are. But I did struggle, okay, with all the trauma that was in me. So my past was, I was anchored in my past so much that I couldn't move forward. Okay. I could never develop. Okay. Even if I thought I was developing in any way, I wasn't actually progressing because everything was dragging me down. Everything, it was weighing me down. Well, maybe I wasn't actually moving downwards, but I was definitely not moving forwards. Okay. And that anchored me down so much that I had like, for example, images from the past. Okay. Images from the past that were popping in my head all the time and they just wouldn't go away. And I couldn't just like stop feeling and re-feeling and reliving it. Okay. Reliving it again and again. And that created a lot of negative thoughts. And I ended up going in a spiral, lower and lower and lower. Okay. So the density of energies was thicker and thicker. And I just wasn't really doing myself any favor. And 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 then I ended up at the bottom of depression, okay, which is a very dark place to be in. Okay. And I never ever want to go back there, and therefore I'm going to do everything now to, and if anybody is out there that is in a difficult place and you want to know how to get out of there, is that you have to just like improve every field of your life. But the first thing that you need to improve is the way you think about yourself and the way you feel about yourself. But the beliefs about yourself and about your environment, they have to just sort of completely change, because if you're depressed, that means that something's not working. Okay. Then you're addicted to negative thoughts. And so what I was saying was the journaling helped me to get rid of all these things that were anchoring me down and weighing me down, that were connected with my past. Okay. Because everybody's got some kind of trauma. Everybody's got a difficult life. Like it's not like, you were born and everything was fine. You didn't really feel anything negative. Everything was joyful. Everything was happy. This is not why we're here. We're here to experience dark and light, right? So in order to experience, you have to go through difficult situations, and if you choose to go to a difficult situation yourself, then you stand more chance to have a more peaceful life, like I am at the moment. Because every time there is some shit going on, I'm just like, oh yes, there's some shit going on, I have to go there and just feel it, because I know that now everything, well, bring it on, whatever it is. Now you can just like throw at me, and it's just like, yeah, bring it on, because I want this. I want to feel this. I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I know it's not going to be very nice, but it is actually what's making you, what is making you learn. It's teaching you how to be a better human. Okay. So the more uncomfortable it gets, and you volunteer to go there and experience it, then your life is going to leave you alone. Okay. But if you avoid situations that are uncomfortable and they're not really pleasant, and you just feel awkward, and you lie to people and stuff like that, just to avoid certain things, or you just like call in sick because you don't want to see somebody at work, which this is, by the way, what I used to do. I'm not judging it anyway, because it's quite cool when you're actually in a dark place, because you can allow yourself to be a drama queen, which I was for a very long time now. I don't do anything dramatic because I learned how cool it is to be on that path to become myself. Okay. And so, as I said, if you expose yourself out of your own will, and you volunteer to go through something uncomfortable and something like, shit going on, and then it has to be dealt with, and you go and deal with it, and it's not going to be comfortable, it's going to be uncomfortable only for a couple of days or so, and then you're going to have to deal with situations that are going to give you feelings that you don't like. Okay. Shame, fear, anger, uncertainty, awkwardness, whatever it is, it's just nothing nice for you to feel, but you will still volunteer and go and do it. The life will leave you alone. Okay. And then you can go back after that, and you go like, whew, you're probably going to get a little prize for it as well, waiting for you at the end of that sort of phase in your life. And then you can do whatever you want. You do then whatever you like Okay, and what you enjoy, having that peace of your mind that you've done the right thing, and you don't have to be scared that anything is going to come out of it. Whereas when you don't do this, which I was doing, well, I was making the biggest mistake of my life by avoiding uncertainty, avoiding awkwardness, avoiding shame, avoiding fear, avoiding stress, avoiding anger, um, and just any kind of discomfort. Life was throwing me such situations for me to not to that were not to be avoided, because they could not be avoided. I was supposed to feel through it, but I was resisting it all the time. I finally hacked it that you have to go there and do it yourself and decide that yes, I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna just sort it out myself. Okay, I'm gonna go there, see what it's gonna feel like. I'm gonna feel it uncomfortable. I'm gonna just get over the fact that it feels uncomfortable, and that's it. Okay, and then I'm going to go back home, get some rest, be good to myself, and give myself some self-love, some self-appreciation for it, and then and that will be it. So that is what happened when I started journaling. I actually had to expose myself to something uncomfortable, because what I decided I'm going to start with was something easy. Oops, sorry. Something easy, because I know that it can be a tool for a number of things, okay, to fix yourself in a way. Okay, there are things that you don't want to say to anybody, or you are, oh, sorry guys, I'm just getting some messages I don't like. No, what I was saying is the discomfort I'm telling you about is, for example, feelings that you're gonna have to face when you are talking about your past. Okay, but once for all, if you want to say goodbye to this phase of your life so that it doesn't anchor you anymore, so you let go of it and you finally forgive yourself and understand and just keep that distance from it and disattach yourself from it, unattach, disattach, and just like know that it's not your past, is not you, and it just doesn't only happen to you, and that you are the unhappy person and unlucky person because it happened to you. It was there for a reason, and you understand that better when you write down about it. So I'm not saying it was my idea. I actually just read a book about how to journal seriously, and how to journal in a way where it feels conscious. Okay, that you're doing it in a way where you know what you're doing, rather than you just writing things like, oh, I like little flowers. Just so what you're doing is, the exercise I'm telling you about now is that you just pick any traumatic um, event from your past, from your childhood, for example, that you feel like the events are just keep on popping in your head, and you find yourself, you catch yourself every now and again thinking about them, and reliving them, um, and then write it out. Okay, write it out of your system. So, for example, um, let's say you had a trauma in childhood, no matter what it is, and just pick as many days as you need and as much peace as yourself for yourself as you can possibly have, and as much time, and in a time of the day where you can then get some rest afterwards, and then write as much as you can about, this is what I did on a couple of those traumatic events already, and it just felt really different. Okay, about those situations, I feel different about them now. They just sort of left me alone a little bit, and I feel more free, and I feel lighter, and I know that I've got loads of other things to do still. This is not the only thing that I'm going to do, just like reliving my past, but I want to do it once and for all, as I say, so that I can move forward freely, with a sense of freedom, with a sense of lightness, and that in a sense of flow. Okay, flow, easiness and flow. Okay, this is how I want to do stuff in my life. And therefore writing it, like, let's say, for 10, 20 or 30 minutes a day about something that happened to you that was really bad. Okay, and you write it and you write the thoughts and you write the memories and you write everything what happened, describe what happened, and what you think why you think it happened, and what connections, what associations you have in your head with it, what you were feeling then, what you thought that you were feeling, what your how did it affect you then, how does it affect you now, and so on and so on. And whatever you want to write about that situation, just write it out of your system. It gives you a sense of amazing relief. Okay, I can't even describe how amazing the relief is once you've done it and once you feel like you don't need to write about it anymore. Okay, because it might take you a few days. And I'm gonna warn you, if you're already sensitive, things might happen that your body, well, once I'll tell you what happened to me once I've done it, because I've released, because that's nothing but just releasing the energy that is suppressed inside of you. Okay, so emotions or thoughts and feelings in that side of you, they're just emotions that are suppressed, that just, it's energy, it's just, it just can't get out. Okay, so this is where your tensions come from. This is where you're just like things that come from that you don't even know what you're doing, because you just can't control yourself sometimes, because there's so much chaos in you that you can't handle this chaos, because there is no way that you can just clean this whole hoarded house within one day. Okay, because all those emotions and feelings and all the thoughts and memories and all these things that are inside of you, they are connected, but they are in chaos. And your job, if you want to feel right, if you want to feel healthy, if you want to feel calm and happy, okay, then your job is to sort it out one thought at a time. Okay, it's a very long-term process, and you have to give yourself a lot of freedom, a lot of time, a lot of self-love for it. Okay, because this is why you're here. Okay, to be happy. Okay, not to have a shit life. Okay, and having all the things repeating to yourself all the time, right? Like, I'm going back in a negative relationship with a wrong boyfriend or with a wrong girlfriend every 2 or 3 months. Okay, or every now and again I go to a casino and just like get rid of all my money that could actually buy me something that could expand me in the future, or doing anything harmful to yourself because there is something inside of you that is so suppressed that you can't get out because you're not letting it out. Okay, and journal is a perfect tool for this. Okay, and it's going to feel a bit tough, because if you release an energy like that, you might feel, once you're even writing, I was writing and crying and writing and crying and writing and crying, and it did, and I was like, at one point I was like, do you know what, I give up. But I didn't actually give up. I did it for like 5 or 6 days. Okay, and yes, it took me like about 30 minutes writing. I mean, I did write quite a lot of pages, about 40 pages of things that I really didn't want to face. I didn't want to remember. Okay, but I let out everything. Okay, that just everything that I had in me about this got downloaded on that memory stick. Okay, and now I can put it away in a drawer, and there is space in me for some other energy. Okay, some energy that I want, and I want to choose what energy I want to put inside of that space, in that space, if any. Because first, if I want to feed myself with things that I want to feed myself, I just need to make some space, and there was no space in me. Okay, so so that what happened. And this is not only this is not the only sort of symptom that you're gonna have when you do, because you can get emotional. But I also got a massive migraine after that, because the release of the energy was so big that I did have that headache. Okay, and I also did have, I felt a bit nauseous. I felt like there were some tensions in my body. I felt some muscles twitching. I had a big tension in my throat, because I was feeling some regret, and this is what happens to me. I just feel like my throat is really tight when I feel regret. And but I eventually let go of this. Okay, and and let go of that. And the relief was just unbelievable, undescribable, and it's just so worth the drama. Okay, it's worth that trouble that you go through. You just then think yourself. You can have a lovely bath, an early night, whatever you want. Okay, just like put, I don't know, cream all over your body, and then do your nice makeup, go out, and or you can't go out now, but just do whatever it makes you happy and makes you feel more worthy. This is another thing you can actually ask yourself. Sometimes we don't even know because we feel like we're not worth it. What can I do? You can journal it, right? What can I do to feel more worthy? Okay, well, what can I do now to feel more worthy? And then your soul's going to say straight away, have a bath. Okay, relax. Okay, go and meditate. It does it. It does it. You're just listen to your soul. Okay, it's just so cool because when you say yes to your soul will say yes to you, and everything is in flow. Okay, and then you feel so relaxed and happy. And yes, there will be always some tensions coming back because there is so many things that are inside of you. Let's say I'm just speaking from my own experience, because my depression was me being suppressed with a lot of me, the inside of me, so suppressed with a massive load of energy that was there unnecessarily. That was a very dense, dirty, unwanted energy that was going to I wanted it to come out, but I didn't know how to release because I was never taught that. I was never taught that there are tools like journaling, for example, because there's probably many tools and I'm actually discovering them as I'm growing. This is what I'm sharing here, and this is the whole point of it. It's just that I do this step by step, and I know I'm gonna get to that. I mean, I'm already in my happy place. My happy place is just discovering myself. Okay, that's about me being myself, and I want to be myself more and more every day. And it's a never-ending story. So you never are going to just like, okay, I'm there yet. I'm here. I'm myself, and I'm never gonna have to grow. This is a never-ending journey, and then obviously I'm going to follow, and I'm excited about it. But now I'm excited. But before, I thought that there is a goal out there that's going to make me feel like I'm a satisfied human being and I'm not going to have to do anything more. Okay, wrong. So now journaling helped me to get rid of that, because there are things that you are ashamed of, there are things that you're never going to say to anybody, there are things that you never wish that happened to you. Okay, or you never wish that you had done in the past, or whatever there is. Just don't blame yourself, and then go and write it out of your system. Put it on that memory stick, put it in a drawer, and make some space for nice, good things, expansive things, aligned things inside of you, because you are worth it, and you're going to feel an immense relief, which is really cool. And another exercise I did also with journal, okay, which I'm sharing here, and it's really, do you know, well, I thought it was gay. I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I thought it was like immature in a way, like, oh, just only girls do it, like teenagers, it's just like I was so judgmental about this journaling thing that but I never realized how much it can help me. Okay, I actually thought that it's inappropriate for an adult to do shit like this, because it's just a waste of time, and I should be doing things that are more serious because I'm an adult. Okay, but I couldn't be more wrong, because this is what is going to help me to develop into an adult person I want to be. Okay, it doesn't mean that I have to just like go to work and work hard or for the rest of my life and do nothing fun for myself. I want, in order for me to actually expand the fun and then just be able to enjoy it, I have to then just get rid of all the anchors that are holding me and weighing me down. Okay, which I'm doing bit by bit, and it's an incredible journey. So I always encourage everybody to sort of join me on this one. Okay, and if you find yourself like this is something for you, then write me a comment if if you've tried it, if this is something that you like. I mean journaling. Okay, and journals also helped me to like get to the bottom of my behaviors that I didn't understand, because it would just bring you closer to yourself. You write things that you potentially just think that this is only a stupid behavior that you don't know why you're doing. Like, why I'm trying to get my somebody's attention. Okay, well, I don't even care about somebody's attention, but why am I trying to get this attention? And then you just think to yourself, well, the answer came, and the answer is because I want to feel like um, somebody can see me. Okay, why is it important for someone to notice you? Because I want to be in the center of attention. Why do you want to be in the center of attention? And so on and so on. And it can lead you from that question about that behavior. Why have I behaved like this? To the question, to the answer that I want to be loved, for example, or this is where people get accepted, or something like that. And you can then find out things about yourself and find what you really, really want in your heart. Okay. So I encourage